The engine was already screaming when the world in front of us turned white. Artillery flashes rolled over the German lines like a burning storm, each blast punching my chest even inside the turret. Dust rained down from the turret roof, mixing with sweat and oil on my face. Infantry clung to our hull and turret, heads down, helmets pressed against the steel of my T-3485. Some crossed themselves, some just stared at the fire ahead where the horizon used to be. The radio crackled in my headphones, Guards Tank Brigade, stand by. 10 seconds to lift. On my signal, forward, straight into their heart. I wiped my eyes, grabbed the turret ring, and yelled down into the hull. Driver, ready. His answer came back, tight and nervous. Ready, Comrade Lieutenant. This was the morning we were supposed to break Army Group Center. Or die trying. The barrage lifted like a curtain. For a second it was almost quiet, just the rumble of our engines and the clatter of tracks. I kicked the hatch open wider and stood up in the turret, half out, the hot air hitting me like an oven door. Forward. Column. Advance. Our commander's voice came over the net. Our company rolled out, line after line of T-3485s grinding over the blackened earth where the German first line had been. The infantry on our tanks shouted and pointed, but the smoke was so thick you could barely see more than 50 meters. We passed what had been a trench, now just a shredded ditch full of splintered logs and twisted bodies. A burned machine gun, still pointed toward us, lay half buried in the dirt, shield ripped away. On the right, a concrete bunker had taken a direct hit. The roof had collapsed, smoke and dust still seeping from the cracks. Watch for pot guns, I reminded my gunner, Sergei. They'll have something left. They always do. He kept his eye pressed to the sight, breathing slow, hands resting on the elevation and traverse wheels. Behind us, more tanks and self-propelled guns joined the advance, forming a steel wave pushing through the gap our artillery had torn open. The driver cursed as we bounced over an old trench, the hull slamming down hard. Road's gone, Comrade Lieutenant. Just craters now. Then drive on the craters, I snapped. We're not stopping here. A few German shells started to fall around us, late and scattered. One landed ahead, throwing up a fountain of earth, rocks pinging off our armor. The infantry jumped down from our tank, spreading out, rifles at the ready, running in short bursts from crater to crater. Ahead, through the smoke, I saw the outline of a village. Low houses, a church tower, a line of trees. That was where they would be waiting. Village ahead. All tanks, close up. Watch the flanks, came the order. We shifted into a tighter formation, guns pointing toward the church spire and the tree line. The first warning came as a flash from the shadows between two houses. A split second later, a shell screamed past our turret and slammed into the ground behind us. Pot gun. Right side. At the house corner. Sergei shouted. Traverse right. I yelled. Armor piercing. Load. Load. The loader, Kolya, slammed the shell into the breach, his arms already slick with sweat. Up. He shouted. I saw it now, a low German anti-tank gun dug in behind the corner of a smashed barn, its crew swinging the barrel toward our lead tank. On. Sergei grunted. Fire. The 85 minigun roared, the recoil smashing back, smoke filling the turret. Through the haze, I saw the German gun jump in the air, the shield shattering, bodies thrown backward. But before I could breathe, another flash, this time from our left. The lead T-34 burst into flames, its turret hatch blown open, a figure climbing out, on fire, falling off the hull. My throat clenched, but there was no time to think. German tank, left, in the trees. Sergei shouted. Through the gun sight, I caught the silhouette, a long-barreled Panzer IV, or maybe a Stug, low, camouflaged, muzzle still smoking. Driver, left. Fast, fast. Don't give him a clean shot. Our tank lurched, swinging toward the cratered road, tracks grinding. The German fired again. The shell hit the wreck of our lead tank, sending a fresh shower of sparks and armor fragments into the air. If that shot had been a meter to the right, it would have been us. Sergei's voice was a low growl now, almost. Almost, I've got him. He's turning. He knows we see him. Kolya already had another armor-piercing round at the ready, breathing fast. Take him, I said quietly. The gun thundered. For a heartbeat, nothing moved. Then the German tank erupted in a jet of flame from the engine deck, smoke pouring from the hatches. Someone was trying to climb out, then vanished in the black smoke. Hit, Kolya yelled. He's burning. Don't watch, I snapped, more to myself than to them. Next target. Check the windows, basements, anything with a barrel. We pressed on into the village, the driver swearing as we crushed fences and garden walls under our tracks. Our infantry moved between the houses, firing through doors and windows, throwing grenades into dark openings. A German machine gun opened up from the church tower, bullets rattling off our turret like hail, until another T-34 elevated its gun and blew the top of the tower apart. For a while, it was just chaos. Shots, screams, orders over the radio. The tank jumping as we fired. The smell of burning fuel and wet earth. By midday, the village behind us was just smoke and broken stone. We didn't stop. The order was clear: advance deep, do not let the Germans build a new line, keep pushing west. We drove past abandoned positions, field kitchens half-packed, crates of ammunition left open, artillery pieces still pointing east, but silent and deserted. On the roadside, horse-drawn wagons burned beside shattered trucks. A strange mix of old war and new. At one crossroads, we overtook a column of retreating German infantry, or what was left of them. They tried to scatter into the fields, but our supporting infantry and guns were already there. Some dropped their rifles and raised their hands. Others just kept running until the shells found them. In the evening light, I finally allowed myself to sit down fully inside the turret, closing the hatch halfway. My ears rang, my legs ached from bracing against every jolt. Kolya slumped against the turret wall, his face black with soot except where the sweat had cut pale lines. Sergei stared through the sight even with no target, like his eye had forgotten how to look at anything else. The radio brought fragments from other sectors, towns taken, bridges captured, entire German divisions surrounded or destroyed. If these forgotten soldiers deserve to be remembered, keep this series alive, subscribe, and watch the next episode in the Bagration playlist.